Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark 3 and welcome back to my From the Depths adventure. With a beautiful fog-free sky, blue waves, a flying metal monstrosity called a cookie wagon, and a plan for progress. Yeah, I think that about sums it up. In case you haven't noticed, I am actually back from my holiday now, so this is my first recording session in just over 2 weeks now. I am still pretty badly jet lagged. Let's pause that. Kind of badly jet lagged, and well, I'm not sure I'm the best at recording, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to get this video ready to go out. So if I go zoning out, I'm sorry, but that's how I am right now, and I'll try my best not to inflict on you guys too much. Something over there. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, I had this planned out and then suddenly I'm just like... So, maybe I was all too accurate, but let's continue. I had a very good time in the States. It was a very restful time. That's the key. I've forgotten how to play. I'm feeling really nervous because I've not recorded in a few weeks, so I'm kind of out of the habit a little bit, but oh well. You can't have everything, can you? And that was gone immediately. Yay. But yeah, I had a very restful holiday. It's not the kind of holiday which spawns stories and things like that, because I'm not really a sightseeing kind of guy. I don't like to go around too much, and injured feet means can't go anywhere anyway. At least I can, but it starts hurting, so it's restful. Except for missing connection flights and getting flight times wrong and departing ahead of schedule and not doing what I said I would, and damn it, I was trying to avoid all this stuff. Anyway, moving on. Yes, something is in the fights. Don't even know what you are. Don't much care. Yeah. Actually, I do care slightly, so let's have a look. Something... Marauder. Okay. Let's unhinge my camera here and have a look. I think it might be dead pretty soon anyway. Anyway, yes, I was trying to talk about things I'm going to do, and I have failed kind of spectacularly already. But there are things I do want to mention, like that incoming shell I want to dodge. Yes. And it missed me anyway. Right. Come on, focus. Now, my goal for this particular video is I want to get that 400mm cannon actually functional. I've been working on it for the last 3 episodes, roughly, and I don't want it to be sitting there. It looks really pretty now, but I want it to be working, so... Ooh, minor damage, I think. Yep. Hit in front of my cannon. Not anything to worry about that. All stop. So, I've got to find this balance here. I want to get the cannon done, but the way I've been doing this is I want to get progress, I want to push forward, because I want to get to a higher difficulty level, and I want to find resources as well to build up my ship. And that's what gets in the way, and that's why the last few episodes were a bit disjointed with me trying to do things, and failing to do things. So, yes. Okay, he's pretty much dead. Nothing to worry about. So I'm actually going to go through a ring in the east here. Hopefully it'll remove the fog problem, and then I'll park and I'll get really focused on the 400mm. I won't move unless I get attacked until I get the 400mm active. So it's like crunch time, get this massive beast of a thing underneath my ship fixed and good to go. And that's the portal I'm aiming for, so I'm going to head down to that one. Oh, poor Marauder. Anyway, that's mentioned. Okay, so that is my general plan for this episode. Get the cannon working. something else over there, and I'm going to ignore it pretty much. I just want to get my height down. The next thing is... I've lost my flipping train of thought again. The next thing is I want to actually... there is something I really do want to mention, because it has been going on for such a long time now. And that is the fact that I want to get those 100 subscriber videos out. That intention has survived my holiday trip. Very much intact, unlike my watch, which hasn't. Yeah, feels weird not wearing a watch. Something else to get distracted by, I guess. But anyway, yeah. I want to do the 100 subscriber videos. They will be turning up sometime this week. At the very least 2 of them. I plan to get all 3 of them done, because I said I would do 3, and I am very, very aware that I've been saying I'll do these for like 3 weeks now. But there is also something related which I wanted to mention as well in this particular video, which is which is 190. You guys are nuts. I still don't know that I deserve such attention as this, but just today my subscriber count has ticked over to 190. So let's make this official. I will now be accepting suggestions for my 200 subscriber videos. Yes. And these will be coming out a darn sight faster than the 100 subscriber ones did, I can tell you that for a fact. I still don't really feel too good just thinking about it, but I told myself 200 was going to be the next milestone, and I'm 10 off, so I really, really do need to, you know, I really do need to start focusing on those after I've got the 100 subs ones done. And there is my speech impediment thing for this video, hopefully. But yeah, 200 subscriber videos. Let me know. I think I'll pick 2 this time, though I'm definitely going to try and do it much, much, much quicker than I have so far. I'm also going to be trying to change how I'm approaching this and how I approach things in general, because, well, I got persuaded to start looking at things in a new light while I was gone. So there is that. And I realised that there are things I could be doing better, and I want to be doing better. It's just that I have not been. Just getting started on this cannon now while I'm just talking on. There's not much I can do with this particular series, because I'm actually quite happy with how this series is going, with the exception of the whole, hey, you can't focus, you can't do things properly, and you're just kicking yourself over every single thing, and that's true. That is very true, and I'm not going to be able to do much about that, because it's all true. But I am going to be editing a bit more on my other videos. So I'm going to be editing more on the Factorio series, which is my other main one. I am honestly a bit jaded about that series right now. And that is purely for the fact that I'm not happy with how it's been going of late. So there will be some changes going on there. Feel free to check it out. Oh, except for today's one. Today's one is actually going to be the last of my pre-recorded videos. It's because I messed up the count when I was doing it, and I pre-recorded an extra one, so yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to be editing that series a lot more heavily. Kind of approaching the style I'm doing this one, really, which is make it shorter, make it more interesting, increase the recording time and the editing time, but get a video that you are happier with showing to people as a result. That looks okay, I think. Yeah. That's an okay base, I think. Though it leaves plenty of space, though. Anyway, yeah, moving on. So So I'm going to do that. I'm going to focus on this 400mm cannon now and get this fixed up. And my plan for this is to build it in basically 4 corners, which means I'll get one side sorted, then I'll copy paste it and flip it around onto the other side, and there you go. Bob's a good one. Bob's a good one. Job's a good one. Another speech impediment thing. So yes. I'm sorry. I'm all. This feels like when I was first recording. I'm all. Yeah. What am I even doing? I know this is going to be an inferior quality video at this rate if I keep doing this, but yeah. Anyway, turret design. Quick note here, which I thought of and I want to mention, is when building a multi-turret design, I find that a good way to go about it is to go with a 2 or a 4 cannon system. If you're fitting multiple weapons into the same turret and they're all cannons like I'm doing here with my quad heavy cannon arrangement. And the reason for that is you can use the mirror mode and just split it into halves or quarters of the entire cannon system. It makes it a lot simpler to engineer it. You could probably do a decent job with a 6 cannon system as well, though that is pushing it a little bit. Okay, that is actually a pretty good base there, so that's fine. Just get rid of that, and I need to put in the metal siding as well. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a lot better. So yeah, that's what I would personally recommend if you're going to make more than one cannon in a single turret. Divide it evenly. Get the cannons split up and working the same way. But beyond this though, this is all standard engineering stuff. You've seen me work on these cannons before, well, the other advanced cannons, so there's not much else to show or say here. So this is going to be my first skip after talking your ears off for about 10 minutes roughly. I don't count that fight with a marauder because I wasn't really paying attention to it. So I'll get back to you as soon as I've got this cannon more or less worked out. So yeah, see you in a few moments. And my building efforts have been quite rudely interrupted by something with a lot of armor-piercing shells. At long range as well, I might add. And it's actually inflicting a... oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm getting fairly badly damaged. Ooh. What is it? What even is that? It's attacking me from outside my range. Oh, no, my cannons are now turning. Well, my surviving cannon is now turning. That's an aircraft? Well, I'm going to try it. I need to get shields up, I think. But yeah. Something wicked this way comes. And I'm taking quite a bit of damage from it. What's my targeting AI? It's a Gemini, whatever that is. My weight distribution is completely thrown off. I think I've got it though. Unless... ooh, it's another one of those red guys, eh? You sir gave me quite a nasty surprise when you suddenly turned up spamming anti-armor cannons at me. Wow. I honestly don't know how badly damaged I am, but that did tear straight through my outer hull, so... oh jeez. It's kind of gutted my forward corner, actually. It's knocked off anti-missile cannons, it's knocked off torpedoes. It's knocked off a great deal. Huh. Interesting. Well, I've been looking for a more worthy opponent, and I think this is primarily due to my lack of shielding, actually, but this guy has actually done a fair bit to me. I think I'm going to win this one without any trouble, because his cannons have stopped. I think I might have damaged them too much. Oops, there goes an engine. Missiles are catching him. Yeah, I think it's more my missiles than anything else that are taking him down this time. Oh wow. Actually, let's get into this thing very quickly. Yes. This is what I've been doing with the cannon, by the way. It's a bit of a mess, I know, but it's a work in progress. I'm going to actually redo this, but for the moment, I'm going to take... Is it that one? I think it is. I'm going to power up one cannon on it so that it can start working. So that said, the thing is now actually directly below me, and I think the bombs have just knocked it out, so darn. Yep, that's dead. I was hoping to try out the 400mm shell, but it wasn't to be. Part of the problem is I was actually standing outside on top of my ship when that thing attacked me, so yeah, I kind of I scurried inside in a real hurry before I could really gather my thoughts on what was going on, and part of my ship was getting shredded at the time, so you know. Okay, all stop again. The fog is back, and I'm going to go back to rebuilding the cannon. Oh dear. Okay, skies are clear right now. And welcome back to my decidedly tilting ship once again. Next thing I'm going to do is actually put some darn stabilizers on this thing, because that's been a constant thing for us too long. But anyway, I've got something to show you right now, and it is this. The system for these 400mm cannons. Yeah, it's a big block. I've had to restructure it a bit from what you saw a few moments ago, because I needed to attach the loaders onto the ends of the actual clips and things so they would actually work properly. So it's been revised, like I think this is the third or fourth revision, but I've got this massive rack of loaders here, which feeds into a total of 7 auto-loading parts. Each one's got at least one clip, though a couple of them have got 2 clips, so that's just in there to mess with the reload times a little bit. Yeah, as if this really needs that. But I have tried to focus on getting the recoil of this weapon system down, so it's actually got pretty decent recoil at the moment. Yeah, recoil of only 13,100 per shell, which is pretty nice. Let's go back and check the original shell measurements, which are here. No, that's not the right one. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Yeah, here we go. Set that to 400. Not 500, 400. And that was a bit of a lag. Hopefully that it wasn't something spawning. There is expected recoil force 190,000. So it's down to 13,000. That is actually pretty darn good. And yes, that was something spawning. Okay. What are you, sir? A Meridian. I have no idea what you are. But you are moving away from me, so I'm okay with that. Or at least my rangefinder tells me you are moving away from me. Yeah. Anyway. Let's get back to this anyway. So this cannon, really strong on recoil dampening, though it still has a lot of a kick to it. Reload time is down to 0.78 seconds, which the loaders can't hope to keep up with, so I'm going to have to severely cap that if I want to maintain a decent rate of fire. And it's effective to nearly 11,000 meters. This is my longest range weapon by far, and it's not all that fast either, so yeah, I could probably pick off big ships with this thing if I felt like it. But anyway, I've given you a quick run around. No, wait, hang on. I want to place it. Thank you. Get it right. Now, I've already taken the prefab, so this is just a matter of getting it in here and flipping it around. Oh, that's nice. I'd never noticed that it gives you turret rotation speed. But yeah, 20.6 degrees per second, apparently. I think that was in the last update. But this is a really slow turret. Can't be helped, though. Not with the state it's in. Which is actually pretty darn powerful. Just need to get all of these assigned. One's on the other side as well. Yep. Okay. Oh, it was already... Was it? I don't think it was. But anyway. Okay, all 4 barrels are now loading. That is excellent. Very, very good. Let's see. I need to do some number crunching really quick, but this is now a finished and fully functional cannon, which is the goal I set myself for this particular video. Next up, stabilizers and shields, as soon as I got the numbers and worked out how fast I want these cannons to fire. Be back in a few moments. Oh, I think it's picked something up. It's definitely doing a thing. Oh dear. I haven't had a chance to crunch the numbers, but oops. Where did those go? I'm just getting inside where it's safe. But it's definitely doing a thing. Okay. It's going after the Meridian. It's not quite stabilised because some of the shells are not loaded properly, but it's definitely found a playmate. And I think it's missing quite badly. There was just an absolutely humongous explosion on the Meridian. I think the shells just touched off its magazines or something, and yep, that's definitely sunk. And it's... oh, it's gone. It's gone just as I got to it. But yeah, I'd say that cannon definitely works against a bigger target at long range. It just... it doesn't have the accuracy, really. Let's unhinge the camera again so that I can get down there. It doesn't have the accuracy over its full range, I don't think. Either that or the guidance systems aren't working too well. It's probably both. Just let's get the hood back up. Actually, accuracy 0.46. That is really high. I think it's a detection system problem that's just limiting performance. Either that or the fact it was a sailing boat, but any road, the entire thing got blown to pieces as soon as the ship detected it and as soon as this cannon pointed its way, so I'm quite pleased with that. Anyway, yeah, back to number crunching. Okay, I've just been crunching the numbers, and I believe that these cannons per barrel have a maximum firing rate of about 210 per barrel, so that is actually pretty good. I'm going to say it's 200 just to make sure that they maintain an even rate of fire. But that should actually be pretty nice. 200 per, 200 per. Make this thing fire in bursts of 200 rounds per minute. Of course, this is all theoretical. We can't do a thing about it until we actually, you know, test it. So I'm going to head back out onto the back of the ship and just start blindly firing this thing. Oh, geez, that's why it was slowing down. Massive enemy appearance. Far area. I was like, it's firing. Oh, it's going. It's slowing down. What's going on? And then suddenly, enemies! Too heavily damaged? What? enemies fighting each other. Even better. Oh, yep. The cannon's getting on with it already. Yeah, that's going pretty well, I would say. But yep. Give me a second while I quickly tune the cannon a little bit more, and then I'm heading over towards those enemies to see if they've survived the initial bombardment. I think it's the best way to put it. Oh, that's looking better. What I've done is I have staggered the 3 of the barrels in terms of when they start firing by 0.5 seconds each. So now they're going to light off in series and stagger their firing instead of just burst firing all 4 shells at once. I was extremely over-optimistic with my initial calculation of 200 rounds a minute. Sure, it could fire that fast, but it doesn't have the reload speed to support it, so I've actually dropped it to 100 rounds per minute, and it seems to be doing relatively okay, except that some of the barrels are actually running out of ammo right now, so... I'm going to drop it to actually 50. Yeah, drop it to 50 rounds per minute. Yeah, that should be nice. Because what I want is a solid stream of high explosive metal heading straight for the opponent. Yep, that seems to have more or less done it. Now, the main problem is still how much ammo the thing can carry, but it's maintaining a much better rate of fire now. Firing from fully loaded, this will actually work for quite a while inside the fight until it starts staggering, but yeah. I still have no idea what they're going for, to be honest. What are you after? Let's accelerate towards it. There's something over here firing torpedoes. What are you? You are... Ooh, hello! You are a very familiar face, my good sir. And that reminds me of something else I wanted to mention, but I kind of forgot to because of how distracted I was getting right at the start. Something that I've been thinking of a lot while I was away was... Oop, yep, that punched straight through its drone craft. Yep. And that is, last time I faced one of these guys, when I jumped in and went bye-bye, because I got killed. Yeah. This thing is no match. And that is the fact that that happened, that was a thing, and I'm still not very happy that it did happen, but it did. And I died, and it was very stupid, and I had to redo a lot of stuff because of it, so hooray for that. But after listening to you guys commenting on it, and apart from telling me how stupid it was, thank you, I knew that, and I very, very much agree with you, was the... I'm going to go with the general consensus that came out of that, which is it didn't actually count, so it is not a life that has been lost for this series. Oh yeah. 64 materials. Definitely worth it. So that cannon was absolutely wrecking when it actually connected with it. When it didn't though, it was not, so I might need to look into a sensor upgrade as well. Oh well, keep heading west. But yeah, the consensus now is that for a death count against my life total for this series, I have to lose the actual vehicle. I have to lose the cookie wagon. And you're one of those taunting ones that's actually out in space. I can tell just from here. But yeah, my vehicle survived, the Heartstone survived. Well, technically it survived. I had to rebuild it all, but... Yep, okay, another live fire demonstration for the cannon. Sure, I'm okay with this. But because the vehicle survived and Heartstone survived, it doesn't count. I feel sorry for whatever is in that general direction. This cannon is actually really good. I like it a lot. Oh, another red gate. Sure, let's head for that. So yeah, I still have 2 lives left. If I get killed outside my vehicle, that's fine, except for the fact I have to redo everything, so I really should save my vehicle before I go wandering off like that. Might help a lot. But I only lose life if I actually lose my vehicle itself, because that's a failure on the vehicle's part. So, 2 lives remaining. Excellent stuff. What are you even shooting at? Seriously, what are you shooting at? A shielded spirit. I think it's an aircraft of some sort. But whatever it is, I think it just exploded. Oh no. Oh, hello. It's you. It's one of you guys again. Sure. Okay. BRB as soon as the rest of my cannons feel like getting involved. I think the official term for this is well darn it. Oh, and there was a direct impact. Anyway, it seems like while I was closing the distance on this spirit to get the camera over here, a shell collided with this thing's nose and did something serious to it. I'm not sure entirely what, but it plummeted out the sky basically, and now it's just sitting here while I fire shells at it. So yeah, that's not exactly a good indication of a fight or anything like that, because this shielded spirit is definitely out of the sky as soon as my craft actually managed to, you know, hit it at all with its 400mm cannon. Though that getting that initial hit though was very much an issue. And my cannons decided to just ignore it. What the heck? I think I suffered an explosion because the front of the barrels are missing, which means that the shell exploded, which means that this thing managed to clip one of my anti-aircraft guns. I was trying to avoid that. But yeah, that said, and the 400mm cannon definitely functional. It is time to dip through this particular portal that's right next to me and say that that is the end of the video, because I am over my 30-minute target, closing on 35 minutes I think, and I've definitely gotten used to recording again. So it was just initial nerves and oh god, I'm back off holiday and still jet lagged, so stuff, yeah, definitely stuff. I think I've touched on everything I wanted to talk about, but I still need to actually start making a note of that to try and keep track of everything I want to mention during a video. Oh. Yep. Using the AA mantles to try and limit how high they could go helped, but it still managed to clip itself, so yeah. Sorry, I've taken away your chew toy. Oh, massive cannon. You have to find something else to shoot at. But yeah. If you've got any suggestions for a 200 sub video, then please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And like I did last time, I'll pick something from what is suggested. Though I won't pick something I'm already doing though, so I should mention that right now. And my goal immediately for this series, as I mentioned, is get the shields up on this thing, get some rotors on it so that it's actually steady, then finish the wagon because it's more or less fully armed at this point, and all it really needs now is me to fix the armour and the hull on it, and I still need to keep heading west apparently. So yeah, fix the wagon, then save up, then build a new craft. That is going to be my focus, and I plan to be... Well, I'm going to try and keep the schedule I was going to keep while I was away, actually, which is I'm going to try and get that done at the end of this week instead of the end of last week, which is what I planned before I was unable to record it. So, I'm going to be building a new ship next week, I think. So, on that cheery note, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching, and I am sorry for the lapse in service of late. I'm doing what I can to overcome that right now, and I'll catch you some other time. See you later.